underrated 49ers player of the past 15 years? Is it Colin?
What a switch up.
Who is the most underrated player of the past 15 years on the Niners?
All right, I got two guys. It might be on the fringe of 15 to 20 years, though. I think I might be stretching a little bit.
Okay.
A couple guys that come to mind, Jeff Garcia and Garrison Hurst. Am I outside 15 a little bit? Hurst, I mean, that guy, there's a couple years where he averaged 5.2, 5.1 yards a carry. He was a great running back. Comeback player of the year twice. I had that big run against the Jets that, of course, we all remember. I remember when Hurst got hurt in a playoff game. I think it was against the Falcons, like first drive or like first 5 minutes of the game. You knew the Niners had no chance to win that game once Hurst went down because he was so valuable to the team. But underrated because he shared a sideline with Jerry Rice, Steve Young, T.O., some of these big names. And so he never really, I don't think, got the respect he deserved. And then Jeff Garcia, man, I really feel like because Jeff Garcia isn't like a super like masculine, deep voice, like look at me, like that people have probably underrated him his whole career. I just look at the numbers that he put up. They speak for themselves. Not Steve Young, not Joe Montana, but really darn good.
Great answers. And if you want to go back 15, 20, 25 years, go for it. Go for it. That was good.
Well, my lifetime only goes back 25 years, so we'll keep it within that.
Right.
I did an all decades team over the course of the summer, focusing on the best players from 2010 and 2019. And people were outraged in the comments that I had Vernon Davis over George Kittle. George Kittle is a phenomenal talent, and Vernon Davis was really overshadowed because he was on a team with an excellent defense, a team that had Frank Gore. If you look at what Vernon Davis accomplished, 2 years with 13 touchdowns, led the NFL with 13 touchdowns 1 year, couple seasons with over 900 yards, was never an All-Pro, had 2 Pro Bowl seasons. He has the Saints game. He has one of the most memorable plays in 49ers franchise history. So Vernon Davis doesn't get the respect or acknowledgement I think he deserves for being as great of a tight end as he was because of Patrick Willis and Frank Gore and all the other great pieces the 49ers had on those 2011, 12, 13 teams.
And they were run-first offenses. Imagine if he played his career with the Steelers or the Packers.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'll go with I'm sure a lot of people are feeling this. Justin Smith, I thought, was underrated. Even though he made Pro Bowls, I think he made 5 Pro Bowls. I'll tell you exact 5 Pro Bowls, 1-time All-Pro. I thought he played better than that. And then Grant, I think we talked about a couple weeks ago the best player of the 2010s, and I went with Navarro Bowman. And I still think he's underrated just because I think he is a top 4 Niner of my lifetime, top 5 maybe, if you really want to push it. But he was one of the best players on the team every single year. And once he got that injury, that's when the defense kind of lost its edge.
Great answers. I'm going to go with Alex Smith. His best years were not with the 49ers. But, in retrospect, they might have gotten rid of him incorrectly. As great as Colin Kaepernick was, Alex Smith was the one who had longevity in ways that even Jeff Garcia didn't. I mean, Jeff Garcia had some rough years on some other teams. Alex Smith has been one of the steadiest quarterbacks in the NFL the past decade. I mean, you can't knock him in any way. He's been doing this for 10 years now. And what he did last night against the Cowboys on national television was just classic Alex Smith. He's a little boring, but he usually wins. And I think it's interesting that Niner fans couldn't wait to run him out of town. He was such a disappointment for Niner fans. He wasn't Aaron Rodgers. He wasn't Colin Kaepernick. And so they didn't appreciate what he did do and never really was given his due. And when his career is over, I think other franchises will have a bigger appreciation for what he was than the Niners, which is too bad because he should have been a Niner. I mean, they drafted him. They developed him. They almost ruined him. Alex Smith, most underrated player of the Niners past 15 years.
Can I give one more that I had trouble pulling up the stats for?
Sure.
Isaac Sopoaga, I said him again a couple weeks ago.
Isaac Sopoaga, that's a good one.
He's my guy. He'll always be my guy.